Good morning. This here is Prensco. I remember my outlet used to call Budweiser kidney wash. And he was right, it is only kidney wash. And this is not far behind it. This too is kidney wash. But when it's 1 lev 19 in the shop, when it's on offer at 1 lev 19 in the shop, I'll drink it. That's 60 cents a can. The Bulgarians seems to suit the Bulgarian palate. All the bums drink it, you know, all the lads who sit around drinking in the park. Yeah, they seem to like it. Yeah. I didn't do a food review this week, or last week, yeah. I didn't do a food review last week because I joined the gym again. And I have to say it's great to be back at the gym. Back on track, you know. But no worries, like when I wasn't able to go to the gym, that's fine too. But when I get the opportunity to go, thanks to a mate of mine, I have to say I'm delighted to be back in the gym. One of the girls came training with me there. Was it Saturday? Was it Friday? Was it Saturday? Friday, I think it was Friday. One of the girls came training with me, and I was going to do a review from the gym because I wasn't doing a food review. So I was going to do a review of the gym. It's called Rado Gym here in Sofia. It's a hardcore bodybuilding gym. And I was going to do a review from the gym, but I'll tell you the truth, I was enjoying myself that much that I just said, fuck you. I just said, like, you know, fuck you. I just wanted to savour the experience and enjoy the experience. Just enjoy it while having to share it with you. Yeah, I just said, you know, fuck you, you know. And I have to say it was immensely enjoyable. And what made it so enjoyable was she trained really, really hard. And I forgot how hard girls actually can train. Girls train hard. Harder than lads, I think, you know. And I remember, like, that used to be a very enjoyable job, training the girls, for this reason. And I remember when I used to have the gym, I used to have the all-male bodybuilding gym, and I used to say to everybody who came to my gym, I used to insist on training them first. I used to insist, no, I have to train you, I have to show you how to train, because I can't have you in here fucking around. You'll only spoil the ambience, and it doesn't get any results for the gym, which is my best marketing. Results, because you can blow all the shite you want, but results is results is when you see big lads walking around the town, you say, where are you training? Where's he training? And that's where I had the busy fucking place, like. But I used to insist on training everybody who started in my gym. I always insisted on showing them how to train. So I used to give them maybe 4 or 5 training sessions free. I'd do the free body parts. But on the first day, I used to show no mercy. I used to break them up. And people used to say to me, you know, Dave, you know, that's not good for business. That's not good for business, you know. You're breaking up the people. That's why they're not coming back. I don't give a fuck about that. The business. I don't give a fuck about them. I said, if they can't come back after the first day, what the fuck use are they to me? What the fuck use are you to me if you can't come back after the first day? What am I going to do with you? Hold your hand in the gym and let you fuck around the gym, taking up space. You're absolutely of no use to me. So when you stand back and see someone who's willing to suffer for you know, as Nietzsche said, anybody who has a why can endure anyhow. And if you see somebody who's willing to suffer for their goals, then that's someone who can achieve their goals. If you're willing to suffer for it, you can achieve anything. But you have to be willing to fucking suffer. And the best way to be willing to suffer is to fucking learn how to enjoy it. Enjoy it all. And this can only be done through understanding. And when it comes to life, this is the purpose of philosophy, and this is why you need philosophy. Well, you don't need philosophy. Suffer on if you like. But basically, it's about teaching you about life, that you enjoy it all. You enjoy it all. As I say, he who has a how can endure any why. Or who has a why can endure any how. And then when you see someone who's willing to suffer like that, that sets the ambience. And when you see someone looking to out-train me, I won't be having that. Like, I'll knock it in. I'll really knock it in. And then the two of us end up fucking sore, and that's just fucking great. Mission accomplished. There's, you know, because, like, as I used to say when you came to my gym, you're here to hurt yourself. And if you're not there to hurt yourself, you're not going to make any fucking gains. If you're not going to break down the muscle and you're not willing to suffer, you won't be getting any results. You won't be getting anywhere. You won't be getting any goals. You won't be getting any goals. And this is the Yeah, and then there's a fierce appetite, because when you just stand back and you see her training like this, you stand back and you go, what the fuck? there's an appetite to see somebody suffering. There's an appetite for suffering, and Jackass proved this. But Jackass is just mindless, senseless suffering for the fuck of suffering, just for the entertainment value of it, that people enjoy suffering. But I'll tell you now, when you see people suffering towards achieving a goal, when you see someone training hard to attain a goal, there's a big market for this shit. Because you're actually inspiring people and showing people how to suffer and how to attain goals. It's done through suffering. It's done through suffering. And if you think it's done any other way, you have your fucking shite. You'll achieve nothing. If you're not willing to suffer, you'll achieve nothing. Now, that's the first thing I'm going to say. Yeah, and that's why I'm convinced when I stood back and saw her training, I'm going to say to myself, my OnlyFans platform is going to do really, really well. Really fucking well. And then people see me, yeah. And then I notice I'm after coming to the conclusion that a good few of my friends are suffering from depression. A good few of them are suffering from depression. And to be honest, I didn't even notice, because we see the world as it is, we don't see it the way we are. But I had to actually ask them, are you depressed? And one or two of them says, yeah, we're depressed. So I had to say, what has you depressed? And I found it very, very hard to empathise with this. So I took a few shrooms the other night with one of the boys. I'm going to actually introduce you to him shortly. We're going to do a few of these podcasts together. We're going to review a few things. But we sat down the other night and did a few shrooms, and we tried to get to the bottom of exactly why he was depressed. And the first thing I'm going to tell you, I said to him, the first thing I'm going to say that we concluded, if you label yourself as an alcoholic or allow anybody else to label you as an alcoholic, that's not going to do you any fucking good. That's going to do nothing, only compound your misery, labeling yourself as an alcoholic, because this is real ball licking. This is real fucking, I'm a victim, I'm fucking alcoholic, that's not going to answer your problems. As I said to him, well, why are you drinking? And he says, I like to drink. And when someone tried to take this from me and tried to stop me drinking, that's what made me more miserable. That's what made me miserable. That's what made me depressed. And I said, I can fucking imagine. This has to be of their own volition. But if he likes to drink, he likes to drink. I like to drink. I'm Irish, this is our culture. And I need to wash my kidneys. But you have someone come along then and tell you, impose their morality upon you and all the rest, and label you as an alcoholic, they're doing nothing, only compounding your misery. Because I'll come to that in a minute. They're doing nothing, only compounding your misery. If you don't want to drink, don't drink. But if you don't want to drink and you're drinking for alleviate your misery, the first question has to be, why am I drinking? Why am I drinking? Am I drinking to alleviate my misery? Because if you're drinking to alleviate your misery, it's not the drink, it's the problem. You have to ask yourself, why am I drinking? Why am I smoking? And I know why I drink. And people might look at me and say, I might say to you then, the next thing then, I'll tell you, when it comes to depression, if life has no purpose and life has no meaning, you're going to be depressed. You're doing a purposeless job with no goal to strive towards. So basically, why would you even get up in the morning? For Groundhog Day, same bullshit, different day. And if you have no goal to be striving towards, basically, if you're not flourishing, yeah, you're going to be depressed. It's just bullshit. But the thing is, I'm constantly happy, even though I'm cleaning toilets. Can you give me a few minutes, missus? Just 5 minutes, just finish this. And you're going to be depressed. If you're not flourishing, you're going to be depressed. And this is why I say it's the importance of a goal. But the thing about the goal, I'll tell you another thing is going to depress you. If you can't detach from the outcome and you fail in your goal, double the pride, twice the fall, or twice the pride, double the fall, or whatever way it goes. Basically, the bigger the pride, the harder the fall. You have to be able to detach from the outcome and appreciate that it's just training, it's just an experience, and it's a hypothesis. A possibility and a probability, but it's not. You have to detach from the outcome. But then there's a knot to this that I don't get to explain in this few minutes. But there's a process of understanding, and again, this the purpose of philosophy. But you might say to yourself, where do you get this goal? But the big problem in modern society is Nietzsche's last man. Nietzsche's last man, the weak and sickly individual who doesn't have the courage, who just seeks security and comfort, and doesn't have the balls or the courage to strive towards a goal, especially a big one, especially with people calling him insane or saying, killing you with little phrases like be realistic, as Dylan Thomas said. People kill you slowly with little phrases like be realistic, because they don't have the rocks to do anything themselves. They want to fucking as Nietzsche more said, this is herd mentality, but Nietzsche also identified this. Dr. Sugru went to town on Nietzsche the other day, and I was going to comment on it. I might still on Christianity and Nietzsche. I might still comment on it because geez, he went to town on him. But anyway, Nietzsche's a great philosopher. Nietzsche was a terrific philosopher, but you have to understand him. Let's not get into that. So what else? Yeah, so the striving for the goal. Yeah, the striving for the goal, but you have to have the balls. Like, nothing has any meaning, only the meaning that you give it and the purpose that you give it. And you have to have the balls to cling to a big dream and cling to a big goal and say, yeah, I'm going to make a go of this, I'm going to have a go of this, and do whatever it takes, jump into the abyss and just enjoy the experience. And if there's suffering involved, or you're reduced to the bare feet, walking around the bare feet and cleaning toilets, just enjoy it. It's all part of a marvellous fucking experience. And in my case, it's to humble me, to keep me somewhere humble, because despite the efforts of the universe, it's very hard to humble me. It's very, very hard to humble me. There's no breaking me. Even a few kickings don't break me. Yeah, but even if the goal is to go to the gym and improve your body, I might get off this and let this woman sweep this. Even if the goal is to go to the gym and work on your physique and have a goal towards working on your physique, that's can be a smaller goal, because the attainment of a goal is achieved by the attainment of smaller goals in chronological order. So, for example, me going to the gym, if I'm going to do OnlyFans, it's in my interest to go to the gym and knock myself into a bit of shape. So that'll be a smaller goal that's conducive to the greater goal. Now, the OnlyFans is still another smaller goal, which is conducive to the greater goal. There won't be any food review this week either, as well, because I'm going to buy a few steroids. Yeah, because that's conducive to the goal. So I'm going to get myself a couple of Omidron in the chemist, and yeah, crack on with the old gym today. And yeah, and I just want to say about the food reviews as well. That's something, because after yesterday, I had an experience yesterday where I said to myself, the universe was, because I was finding it so hard to empathise with my mates, the universe tried to give me a depression experience. And I kept saying to myself, what the fuck is this feeling? What the fuck is this feeling? And then I said to myself, your life is what your thoughts make of it. Your life is what your thoughts make of it. That's why I say don't be going around labelling yourself as an alcoholic. Ask yourself, why am I drinking? Am I leaving drinking? But anyway, don't be very careful with these labels. But anyway, be very careful with these labels. And I was saying to myself, you know, I had this a day where I was a bit down, and I was saying, what's this feeling? And I said, your life is what your thoughts make of it. Your life is what your thoughts make of it. Because it was giving me this thought that, oh, maybe I'm drinking too much, maybe I'm an alcoholic, and all this. And he said, no, your life is what your thoughts make of it. And I said to myself, no, sometimes the drinking is not even pleasure for me. It can be hard fucking work, because when you exceed a certain limit, pleasures become punishments. But the only thing is, I'm a glutton for punishment. I can't get enough of it. And this is the thing with me. I neither seek pleasure nor avoid pain. Now I better wrap this up and get off this. But I'll just say another thing. Food is the biggest drug. And in this culture of Nietzsche's last man, that's why all these stupid food reviews are being watched and getting all these stupid reviews. Now, it's not a case that I'm jumping on the bandwagon, because I was doing food reviews years ago before anyone was ever doing it. And the second thing is, when I'm doing a food review, I bring people with me and I make it about the people. I couldn't give a fuck about the food. To be honest with you. But I still do the food reviews, just to show you something different. But like, you're never, like, you know, you might never be in these fuck. What's with the food? The food is the biggest drug. But you have to ask yourself why you're pushing food into your face, or why you're seeking these new and higher concepts. 28 quid for a stupid fucking burger. Like, I eat the same shit every day. I don't need food. And then the next thing is then, am I craving love? If you're depressed, am I craving love? Because you're just craving pleasure to get you out of your misery. But the thing is, you should be asking yourself, why am I miserable? Why am I miserable? That needs to be the question. Why am I miserable? But first of all, you have to ask yourself, am I miserable? I met a girl, these women want to clean this. Look.